So with a lot of Black Mirror episodes, it's like, that, oh my goodness, this could actually happen like in the next 10 years or 20 years, but there's a possibility of this happening. But with this particular episode, I personally think that this is something that can happen sooner than we think. The entire history of you brings us into a world where you could literally replay every single moment of your life. You never forget where you left your keys, for example, how you went for an interview, how they perceived you, or how you overshared in your last conversation. Like, you can literally keep playing it in your head and you're cringing hard every second. And this is what this Black Mirror episode is really about. In this world, everyone has a brain. A brain is basically like a tiny implant behind the ear that records everything that you see and hear. And it means that you pretty much have a perfect memory on demand. You can play it back in private. You had an argument with your friend, for example, and someone said something, and now you guys are talking about it again, and they're like, oh my goodness, I can't remember. I never said that. I bet you I never ever said that. And you're like, okay, let's play it back. And then the person says it and you're like, it's right there. There's no argument. That's a good thing, right? Everybody's fine. Except it's not so good. It's not as good as you think it is. Anyway, from the very beginning of this episode, we see how this tech can actually be a double-edged sword. There's this guy called Liam. He's a lawyer and he can't stop replaying his last interview and analyzing every word, every body language, trying to figure out and see if it went well or not. Later, Liam goes to a dinner party where different things start to happen. First of all, his wife is at this dinner party. She's chatting with this guy called Jonas. I think they've been friends from the past. He's quite familiar. Liam is getting quite suspicious, where's my wife laughing at all these jokes are not that funny. Why is she laughing at this guy's jokes? Now, it doesn't end here. You would think that, oh, this is a dinner party, right? And sometimes these things happen. Liam doesn't stop here. His suspicions gets really wild, and then he starts to nitpick every glance. He's nitpicking every laugh. He's going back, checking his memory, and looking at the exchanges that he had between them over the night. And this brain is able to replay memories, so there is not necessarily a room for doubt. You can see precisely what happened. Liam is even trying to lip read their conversations from the night before to confirm his fears. And this is literally unhinged. Liam eventually confronts her about Jonas and is like, what's going on? Is there anything going on? And she's like, yeah, we dated briefly at some point, but there's nothing there.
You don't know how to stand around it. Your gauges are all over the place, hot and cold.
This is just stupid.
But you can't hide it. Not completely. See how you look at him.
She says that they dated for a week. Liam's brain has information about this same guy, but from before, and he replays an old memory where his wife actually told him that they had dated for a month, and now she's saying it's a week. Anyway, Liam begins to unravel at this point because he knows that there is something wrong and the math is not mathing. Okay, and he confronts Jonas with this information. He literally goes to Jonas's house drunk and is forcing him to tell him what happened between himself and his wife, and is like, I'm not leaving this place until you tell me. And so he confirms that not only have they been together for longer, this was not even a long time ago. This was recent because there's a picture in their house. There's a part of the grain that shows this guy Jonas and his wife in that room recently. It is obvious that this cheating not only happened for longer, but is even still existing right now. It is ongoing. This is devastating for Liam. He can't believe that this happened. He doesn't just stop here and is like, okay, I'm going to try to find a way to work it out, whatever this means, whether it's staying together, not staying together. No, he goes back home and he wants to see it from his wife's point of view. He wants to see exactly what happened between them.
Show it to me.
No.
Show it to me.
No.
Show it to me! No. Show it to me! I want to see it! I want to see what he looks like!
Okay, and it is crazy because now he has two memories of the affair, both his wife and this other guy. Their marriage cannot like stand this. The marriage crumbles. Both of them are not together because we see in the, I believe, one of the final scenes, he's alone in his house. Everywhere is scattered. The wife is not there. I believe their child also, she lives with their child, and he's basically left alone in this house full of memories. Obviously, he's going to keep replaying these memories even after, they've left each other alone. Liam cannot take this anymore, and we see that in the final scene, he basically, cuts out this grain. There's a lot of blood coming out because I think the grain is somewhere by the side of his head. He's trying to free himself of, these endless replays of bad memories that he has in his head. But at this point, it is too late because he's already lost everything. Well, I guess he can start again from scratch. It's important to see that the grain didn't create this jealousy, but it gave him the tools to feed it until it basically consumed him and he could not think of anything else. I think this episode is like a brutal reminder that sometimes forgetting is a gift, right? Imagine if you could remember every single person that hurt you and how badly they hurt you. 10 years from now, 20 years from now, you can still remember vividly what happened. Can you imagine what kind of crazy world that would be? Like, there's no way you can move past stuff like that, and you're just stuck in this world where you have to make a conscious decision to get past stuff, not because you forget, but because you just choose to. Honestly, in my opinion, this is just a reminder that sometimes forgetting is a gift, right? Sometimes when you have gone through terrible experiences, or you went through hurts or something bad, it is actually a good thing that you can forget, these experiences, because it helps you to move forward. Now, obviously, this tool is good in the sense that it helps you to remember good stuff, because there are a lot of good things too that people do to us, or good things that we have actually done that we sometimes forget, right? And when you have a tool like this, I guess it's a good thing because it will help you remember. But to me, I feel like the bad far outweighs the good when it comes to having a tech like this. I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Susan. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments about this. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this. You will help more people to see my channel and to see my videos. And so I really appreciate you liking this video and subscribing as well. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next episode or in the next video. Bye.